As tough as Rottweilers are, and as much as I love them, it would be ridiculous to expect them to stand up to wild animals. They might be some of the baddest of the bad when it comes to dog breeds, but they wouldn't last 5 seconds against any real predators, which is exactly what we're about to see today. Wolves are a predator that's capable of killing these dogs. As you can see here, these two wolves spotted a Rottweiler sleeping outside, and they came running. Wolves stay without food for extended periods of time, and when an opportunity like this one presents itself, they will do whatever they can to not let it slip from between their claws. The two predators worked together to take the dog down, and after one of them faked an attack to get the dog to turn its head, the other one quickly bit the dog's neck. And that was the exact moment when the dog lost the fight. It did try to fight the wolves off, of course, but once a predator manages to sink their teeth into their prey's neck, it becomes almost impossible for the prey to survive. How many creatures would stand their ground and do their best to fulfill their duty when facing bloodthirsty lions? 'Cause that's exactly what these two Rottweilers did. Two lions happened to pass by the front gate of their owner's home, and they didn't even wait for the two big cats to try to get in. They were the ones who rushed towards them and started barking at them, challenging the two predators to a fight. The lions would have tore the two dogs apart, of course, but thankfully they failed to get in. I won't deny that these dogs are really brave, but they're also very foolish. They might be two really tough dogs, but there was no possibility of them winning or even surviving if the lions had reached them somehow. We don't really have to speculate much, as that was almost exactly what happened here. The predator was a lone lioness here though, not two male lions like in the clip we just saw, but the result was still horrific. The hungry feline knew that there was a dog behind those walls, and without hesitation, it climbed over the wall and jumped into the yard, ready to massacre whatever was inside. The dog turned out to be a Rottweiler, and despite probably choosing to confront the predator instead of running away, it took the lioness less than 5 seconds to leap back over the wall while carrying the helpless dog in its mouth. There was barely even a struggle. It was more like shopping for meat for the big hungry cat than it was a fight. What about a smaller big cat though? Would they be able to stand up to those? Let's see. Here we have a Rottweiler that was sleeping right outside his owner's door, and sometime during the night, a hungry leopard showed up. The sneaky big cat moved silently, and it went straight for the poor dog's neck, trying to strangle it to death before it could fight back. The dog was completely helpless as the leopard pinned it down, and if it hadn't been for the dog's owner waking up and coming outside, the dog would most certainly have died that night. Just like most predators are, leopards are really scared of us, and when the man showed up, the leopard decided it was best to escape, even though it was winning the fight. The situation was different here. A small fox had discovered a way to sneak into someone's backyard to try and devour their chickens. The oblivious scavenger had no idea that there was a huge Rottweiler right inside, and as soon as the fox got in, the aggressive dog attacked it, aiming to kill the intruder. But luckily for the fox, the dog failed to take its life, as the dog's owner immediately came in and tried to attack the fox too. But he inadvertently helped it get free from the dog's deadly jaws, and the fox ended up running away. I bet the dog was really angry at its owner afterwards, and the fox probably ended up laughing its ass off at the clumsy duo. As soon as these dogs spotted some wild boars ahead, they immediately stopped in their tracks, and they started growling really loudly, probably trying to hide their fear. The dogs were clearly very nervous and really scared of approaching the boars, but all of that growling didn't do anything, as the boars did not seem intimidated by them at all. They did look like they weren't very happy with the dogs in their owner's presence though, and the dogs' owners were responsible enough to call the dogs back and leave. It's interesting to see the effect that wild boars have on other animals when they meet them for the first time. These dogs had never encountered such creatures before, but they knew that they were trouble from the moment that they saw them. Here's a unique dynamic that I've never seen before. Like any sane person would have, I expected this tiger to tear the dog to shreds, but it didn't for some reason, and they both ended up running away from another dog. The tiger didn't even seem like someone's pet, but looked like they were in an enclosure or something. Take a look at this clip. As young and relatively small as that tiger is, it's still putting up a fierce fight against the fully grown Rottweiler. I know they're only playing, but you could tell that the tiger cub would tear the dog apart in any real fight, and you'd be a fool to expect anything else. I bet this wasn't how this cobra imagined its day was going to go when it woke up that morning. It had snuck into someone's backyard and was probably hoping to stumble upon some kind of rodent or some defenseless little kittens to devour and slither away, but what it found was an absolute nightmare standing on four legs and refusing to allow it to leave. The unfortunate cobra had made it far enough into the yard before the dog finally discovered it, which made it really difficult for it to escape. The vicious dog understood how dangerous the serpent was, but it refused to back down before killing. And after a lot of barking and back and forth, the hostile canine ended up tearing it to shreds. Panthers are known for being ruthless dog killers, but despite this panther being a huge one, it failed to even stop the Rottweiler, let alone knocking it down. It had ambushed and surprised the dog with its attack too, so the dog wasn't really expecting it. Of course, the panther wasn't trying to harm the dog for real. They seemed like friends more than opponents or rivals. But still, being able to handle an attack from a terrifying predator like that with such grace is something not even a lot of wild predators could do, so you gotta respect that. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.